Hello everyone, I'm Sharpedo43 once again bringing you all week 3 of the ICBA. And boy does it feel good to be finally back to doing these videos, believe it or not. But yeah, so if you want to know what's been going on for the past month that I was gone, basically, well, my computer finally died. My laptop, the one that I've been using to make my videos and whatnot, it finally died, so I was pretty much helpless for the next few weeks, or should I say month, basically, at least in terms of content creation. In terms of prepping teams, that was only for like the first week or so that I wasn't able to do anything. So finally, after a couple weeks of taking my computer to the repair shop, I wasn't getting any word from the repair guy, so I was thinking, okay, I think it's time to get a new computer. And so I finally got one. And shoutouts to Soltfire, by the way, for helping me pick out the computer, because I honestly didn't know what kind of computer I wanted to get. So I asked him what would he recommend, and he recommended me this PC, which from the looks of it, it seems to do me all right actually. But yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. So now I'm back, thankfully, and hopefully better than ever, but I don't know, honestly. There could be more inconveniences later in the future, you never know. But anyways, this is week 3 of the ICBA once again. My opponent for this week is actually going to be Johnny GB and the Oregon Duckletts. This fella is the commissioner of the ICBA, actually. So if anything, I do have to once again thank him for actually allowing me to join to ICBA. Because I know that, or at least as far as I'm aware, I'm kind of convinced that the ICBA is meant to be a competitive league of sorts. So the fact that I'm not as competitive and he was still able to, let me join is kind of telling in my opinion. So obviously I have to be grateful for that. But yeah, so oh, he's also the defending champion of the ICBA as well, because he won season 3. So here we are in season 4, and we're facing each other for the first time ever. Actually, he was also with me in PGL, but I didn't actually have him in my schedule, so we never got to battle. But I saw that he was like one of the finalists. I don't know if quarterfinalists or semifinalists, but he was in the finals of the PGL somewhere, like in the playoffs. And I was able to, witness that basically. Yeah, I was about to say no. I was about to say I faced him there, but no, not really. I didn't even make playoffs of the PGL, if I'm being completely honest with you. But yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna go much into the teams, honestly, just because this battle happened like over a month ago, and I kind of don't even remember what even happened in this battle, honestly. I don't even remember why I prepped the way I did in this battle either, honestly. Like, why did I bring the Sideway again? What set did it have? I kind of don't remember. Was too lazy to look up the sets that I had prior anyway, so it's just like, this is just going to be the battle, and I'm just probably going to try to recall everything that happened, and probably give an explanation as to why I made certain plays, or why I brought certain Pokemon, given the matchups and whatnot. But yeah, so anyways, that's going to be the whole, explanation about what happened for the month, and as well as my opponent, who once again is Johnny GB. Jonathan Price, no, just kidding. It's actually Johnny GB, but yeah. So I'm gonna lead off with my Decidueye right here. He leads with Mamoswine. So already this is already terrible, because obviously this isn't an ideal matchup for me. So me being the triggered fella that I can be sometimes, decided to just stay in and just YOLO it, and just went for the leaf play, thinking he'll probably try to get his rocks up or something, because he knows that this matchup isn't ideal for me. But he actually ends up switching into Skarmory, which is something I wasn't necessarily expecting yet. It's because a lot of times when there's people who have teams that have mons that can easily be switched into against mine, they usually don't do it. They usually either stay in or just switch into a different type of mon. So for a long like for the first time in a while, actually, this is like the first time that someone actually switches in an ideal matchup against my Decidueye in this case. So yeah, but anyways, here I think he went for spikes, and I didn't want him to have any forms of hazards up, so I just went for the defog right away, just to show him that I have it. He stays in and goes for Brave Bird, which is scary. My Kobo Berry actually activates. One of the reasons why I carried Kobo Berry was because looking at my team, what I was preparing for, one of the things I saw that this team had a weakness to was Talonflame, and I was hoping that I can at least take one Brave Bird and then hit it real hard with a Spirit Shackle or something. I think that's what I was going for. Not sure. And after rocks, I think. Because I think it was meant to just cripple Talonflame as much as possible with Decidueye, if I am forced to be matched up with Talonflame, or maybe just to take a Brave Bird and maybe defog before it KOs me or something, if he gets hazards up of his own. I don't know, something like that. But anyways, I think here is where I decide to switch into Magiran, I think, and I go for a Calm Mind, forcing him to switch out. and he goes into Tank Growth while I Calm Mind, and now here is where I decide to check how much damage I can do with Flash Cannon here. I thought I was doing a lot of damage here, but it was actually thanks to a crit, so I was like, oh, well then that's lame. So he goes for Earthquake, which is a 2-hit KO obviously, and here I decided to risk it and just go for Flash Cannon. I wanted to go for the Steelium Z here, but I didn't want to waste it, so I figured it would be useful much later down the road, so I figured just go for the Flash Cannon, and if it doesn't KO, then I just lose Magearna. But thankfully I take it out, and now he's going to send in Mamoswine. I know this thing can outspeed me and can just go for Earthquake as well, so I'm just going to hard switch into Araquanid. This was a risky play because if he prepared for me well and has like a Stone Edge or Rock Slide on this, he could definitely do a number on me, probably even 2-hit KO me, especially because this Mamoswine, as you're going to see right here, turns out to be Life Orbed. So here I'm going to try to get my Sticky Webs up because I kind of wanted to slow down some of his team, especially this Mamoswine, so that my Magearna can kind of just take it out later. So that's exactly what I do, but here he's going to go back into Skarmory, and I think here is where I try to switch into Magearna once again, just to either scare him out or just do a lot of damage to it with Thunderbolt. In all honesty though, I was kind of hoping that the Thunderbolt would actually be enough to take out the Skarmory here. He goes for another layer of spikes, by the way, which is actually kind of annoying because this thing is getting hazards up even though I just got rid of them with the Sideway. So it's like this thing is kind of walling me right now, literally, because look, I go for Thunderbolt here and this doesn't even KO it, and this is from a modest Magearna if I recall. So the fact that this thing lived a modest Thunderbolt from a 130 base special attacking Magearna is actually kind of crazy in my opinion. Like, after seeing the damage that I got from the Sideway with the Leaf Blade, I was thinking that this thing would probably be specially defensive. This is why right here, I went into the Sideway and just wanted to go for the Spirit Shackle, hoping I can KO it given that it's already in red and I should be able to take it out. But unfortunately I do not, and turns out that the Skarmory does seem to have some kind of investment in defense or something. Either that or maybe Skarmory is just that physically bulky that even without the investment it was able to take that, honestly. Oh, and not to mention, I think the Sideway wasn't even defense invested either, honestly, so... Or, I mean, it wasn't even offensive invested. Like, it didn't have any attack investment. Like, no investment in attack whatsoever. So, it literally did nothing, I guess. But here, I'm going to go for the switch back into Magearna just to keep going for Thunderbolts. Just to keep this Skarmory weakened so that I can take it out with something else later. Particularly Hydreigon. Because Hydreigon, nothing switches into it. Or Lopunny, even. I wanted to go for High Jump Kick here because... in most cases, when Lopunny comes in on a matchup and it's not ideal... All Lopunny needs to do is really just go for High Jump Kick, and something will take a lot of damage. Or so I thought in this matchup, because here he has a Slowking, which you're going to see right now, this Slowking is actually going to be quite an inconvenience for my team, actually. So I'm going to go for the High Jump Kick here, and now obviously it's going to take it very well, because it's a Slowking, but this thing turns out to have Rocky Helmet. Now here, I decided to hard switch into Hydreigon, because I was thinking, I don't want to take a Psyshock, and if he goes for Trick Room, I'll at least be able to take one hit from Ice Beam or Focus Blast or whatever. Even though that's actually still risky because I do remember that this thing is a Z user. This Slowking is a Z user, so I was thinking hopefully he doesn't have Fightinium Z, like Z Focus Blast or something. So he didn't. What he did here was actually just go for Thunder Wave and paralyze my Hydreigon, which is actually kind of bad, but not necessarily the end of the world if it gets the paralysis. So here I go for Flash Cannon instead of Dark Pulse because I was thinking Diancie's got to be the switch, and I don't think he wants to lose this thing very, very soon. So I thankfully got the read on him right there and actually took out his Diancie before it even Mega Evolved. So now I just got to send in Magearna here to hopefully take out this dang Skarmory. Unfortunately, this thing does go for Roost, and it's getting quite an amount of HP thanks to the leftovers. So it's definitely going to live another Thunderbolt. And here, this is where I don't think it's a misplay per se, but I think I should have probably seen this coming, honestly. He ends up switching into Mamoswine here, and I just go for the Thunderbolt. Had I just gone for the Flash Cannon right here, predicting this Mamoswine lead, it wasn't an easy prediction, by the way, so, I mean, that's kind of in my defense right there, but, I'm just saying that, had I just gone for this Mamoswine would have been gone a long time ago. But I didn't predict it, so I was thinking he'd probably stay in to phase me again with Whirlwind, knowing that he can probably take a Thunderbolt. I wasn't sure myself, it might have actually, maybe that's why he switched out in the first place, but I thought I could just, I thought it would probably still live, honestly. So that's why I went for Thunderbolt again. And didn't want to predict the Mamoswine coming in, because if I go for Flash Cannon, this Skarmory wouldn't take much damage. So, yeah. But anyways, I think here I go into my, what's it called? The, Araquanid. Jeez, I forget its name. And I think I went for a liquidation just to see how much it does, but he just keeps roosting me, and I'm just like, eh. And he's gonna eventually Brave Bird me as well, so I was like, nah. If we're gonna go by that, we're just gonna switch back into Hydreigon, because this Hydreigon I think was modest specs, I think. So I was hoping this would do a lot of damage, and in fact it does. So I'm hoping that with one more I can actually just take it out. I have to take a Brave Bird in return, but because it outsped me, but here I actually outspeeded it. Now I don't know if this was a speed tie thanks to the fact that this Skarmory probably had no speed investment whatsoever and my Hydreigon did, and it's because of the paralyzed that we're speed tying, but or was it just that he went for Whirlwind right there and just to see if I'd actually try to switch out, but no, I didn't. I just took it out right there with another Dark Pulse. Now here he brings this Naganadel, which I stayed in because I didn't want this thing to just force me to switch out and then him going for Nasty Plot, because if he does that, then he can go for a free Draco, and then from there he can just continue hitting me real hard with his attacks. So, and since I don't have Magearna, which can take both the Dragon type moves and the Poison moves, I mean, now I'm at risk. I couldn't like risk anything, so I just had to stay there honestly and hope he doesn't go for Nasty Plot. Unfortunately, he went for Draco Meteor, and I saw that he got the speed boost, so I was thankful he didn't get the special attack boost, because that would have been a lot more devastating for me. So here, I go into Lopunny. I go for return, predicting him to switch back into the Slowking, and in all honesty, I thought this return was going to actually do a lot more to this Slowking. It's clear that this thing is physically defensive now that I see that it's taking these hits very, very well, because remember that Slowking's special defense is actually what it's higher than its physical defense, whereas Slowbro's physical defense is actually higher than its special defense. But in this case, this thing seems to be well invested in defense that it can take 2 returns from Mega Lopunny, which is like, wow, really? So this thing consequently paralyzes me with Thunder Wave, and here I was supposed to take this thing out with another return, but the paralysis freaking kicked in this time and I wasn't able to attack it. I was able to still outspeed this Slowking, which was pretty cool, but once I got the paralysis, I was just like, damn, that sucks. I guess that kind of makes up for the fact that I created him earlier with Magearna, but I don't think that one was that game breaking as this one, because this one kind of pretty much well, it doesn't throw any chances of me winning this battle out the window or anything, but I mean, like, now it's gonna be very, very hard for me to win the battle now, because now I have to send in this thing and go for a Leech Life. Now I thought that I invested enough attack for this thing to take a any variant of Slowking. Like, I was thinking that this Leech Life was gonna be a 2-hit KO or something, but it wasn't. This thing was also a 3-hit KO despite it being super effective and stab on Araquanid. I was like, what the hell? So this thing was superly max defensive, max HP in order for it to actually take it, so I was like, damn. So what I do here now is just keep going for Leech Lives until this thing takes me out with Psychic, and now here's where I'm just gonna send out the Sideway. I go for Spirit Shackle in case he tries to send in Naganadel expecting a Leaf Blade, but he doesn't switch out, he just stays in. He realizes now that he doesn't really need Slowking now, because now he can kind of clean up with the Naganadel at this point. So here I'm gonna I think I try to switch into Lopunny here, sacking it, expecting him to go for a Draco Meteor or something, and I don't know. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was expecting. So I sacked it right here, and I figured this thing goes down the spikes anyway, so it's like not gonna do me anything. So I figured, why not switch it in here so I can get a safe switch into Mesprit, who still has full HP, by the way. Now this thing now goes for Nasty Plot, which was what I was afraid of in the earlier time when they sent it out, actually. But here was when I was least expecting it. Now here I was just hoping that Draco Meteor wouldn't KO me here. But what he ends up doing here instead is actually just going for the Z Fire move, the what's it called? Infernal Overdrive, yeah. And it's I was thinking, okay, at +2 this might actually take me out. I was actually afraid of Z Dark Pulse in all honesty, but thankfully it was just Z Fire, which I was definitely able to narrowly live. Thank goodness this thing never took any rocks damage, because I don't think he had any rock setters on his team, and I was able to at least take out the Naganadel, which is actually really, really good. Now here comes this Mamoswine. Now this Mamoswine is actually going to be kind of a big deal, and here I'm kind of put in a predicament where I might have to actually risk it and go for U-turn here. He could have gone for Ice Shard here, I feel, because he would weaken my Mesprit quite a bit. I thought he would go for it because he would probably fear I have Energy Ball, but he ended up just going for Ice Skull Crash anyways. So I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to go for the U-turn into the Sideway. The reason why I did this was obviously because I didn't have Energy Ball for the Mamoswine. I actually was considering Energy Ball on Mesprit, but I wanted to also have Rocks Up, which in retrospect I think was a bad idea given the role that this Mesprit was supposed to play, and that was literally just to take out Naganadel. It was not meant to set up anything, honestly. So that actually kind of cost me, because as you can see right here, I do take go for Psychic and it doesn't take it out, he's gonna go for Icicle Crash, and it's definitely not gonna take it because I think I invested this Mesprit more on special defense to take hits from the Ganondale. But yeah, he takes out my Mesprit. This thing goes down as well, so essentially I'm just gonna lose this with a like 0-0, like 0-0 basically. Like I lose this 0-0 because both mons went down, but I went down first, so basically he wins this battle, which is kind of crazy actually. This is literally like one of the craziest battles I've ever had in a league, honestly, because like I think this one is actually up there with like the battle that I had with using Natural Gold Digger League. Like it was super dang close. I didn't win this battle though, but it was still, not gonna lie, it was actually kind of a fun battle. It was scary, it was fun, it was all kinds of craziness in this battle. So yeah, we're gonna lose this, which is kind of unfortunate. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't lose just yet, but we did. So yeah, all I can say now is GG to Johnny GB and the Oregon Duckletts. And I think that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, check out his channel if you guys want. And once again, thank you for having me in this league, because this league is it's an interesting experience to say the least, in all honesty. But yeah, so obviously there's a lot of things that kind of cost me in this battle. Not predicting the Mammoth to come in on Magirna was one of them. Me putting Stealth Rocks and probably knockoff on the Mesprit was also another thing. I should have probably made room for Energy Ball there, because if I did, I could have probably taken out that Mamoswine much sooner. But I was thinking that I could have maybe set up rocks, and I wanted a rock setter to potentially get them up to cripple everything he switched into. But I realized that that was just not gonna work, given the role that Mesprit was supposed to play, which was to take care of the Naganadel, which it did. But because I didn't put Energy Ball on that thing and invested in some other stuff, it pretty much costed me the battle. Because if I still had that Mesprit with Energy Ball, I could have won that, like narrowly. But it didn't happen, so what are you gonna do? But anyways, thank you all for watching week 3 of the ICBA. Hopefully I can start uploading more battles on a regular basis now with this new PC. And once again, thank you to Soltfire for, you know, helping me pick this computer. But anyways, thank you all for watching this. And once again, I said that already, but yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.